Hello to everybody. It's so good to see you here again. Um, as always, the first question: can you hear me? Just let me turn your microphones on. So, can you hear me? Very good. It's not many of you, because I can understand that probably it's the vacation time, but still it's nice to see you. So the first question is, to all of you: what's new? Yeah, hello to you. What's new? What's new happened to you during this time, uh, when I haven't seen you? What's new? If you remember, the previous time somebody told that you were going to take this state Russian exam. Some of you told that you were going to start your summer vacation. So, what's new? Okay. Yeah, Anastasia, you did it. So it wasn't that hard at all. Anything else? What else can you tell? And congratulations, of course. That's so great of you that you failed. Really? How do you know? What happened? How do you know that my topic was every child should visit an art school? Okay, yeah, not probably not very, um, how can I say, mm, I wrote a good essay, I think. Yeah, of course, why not? But the topic is not that easy, like an art school for everybody. I don't think that this is a very good idea that everybody needs to attend an art school. But anyway, if you have the topic like that, let it be. Okay. Um, Anybody who is coming? How about myself? It was a busy week, pretty busy. I'm looking for completing some things which I planned doing this summer. I wouldn't say that I succeeded in everything which I planned, but I'm doing well, thank you. Hope that everything will be fine. Okay. Um, Now I think that probably we can move on. So if you remember, the sentence which we will start with talking is 25. It's on the board. So it's about, first of all, how can you translate this? The 25th sentence. Okay. And of course, several words about the um, recipe. I asked you um, to have this recipe as sort of your home assignment. So can you think of a recipe, and what kind of recipe it might be? Okay, Christina, Anastasia, Ksenia. Okay, so the surprise which Tom has cooked was a simple recipe. Uh, well, first of all, I think that you can split these sentences like um, Tom's surprise, and the second sentence is a simple recipe, like you say, or a recipe, an easy recipe of a pie. So, can you think of a simple or an easy recipe of a pie or anything else? What would you like to cook, and what would you like to share with us about what you can cook? Okay. So, what do you need for cooking usually? You want us to tell you? Yeah, of course. Just it was sort of your homework to think of a simple recipe. Butter, milk, eggs. What else? Very good. So we have a recipe of an easy recipe of a pie. What else do you need? Butter, milk, eggs. What else? Chocolate maybe. Okay. Just think over again. You have butter, you have milk, sugar. What else is necessary? Definitely necessary for you to cook a pie. What kind of a pie is that? Yes, of course, flour. Very good. I think that uh, after you mentioned flour, it's almost enough about the ingredients. Now, the let's say the technology. So, what do you do first? Okay, weigh out the ingredients. Very good. Then I mix eggs and sugar. Yes, I agree. Possible. I mix eggs and sugar. Nice. So you mixed eggs and sugar. What next? And then I fluff them. Aha. What do you mean by fluff them? Pour some milk. Um, well, do not forget that make them fluffy. Yes, that's where I agree absolutely. You hate to cook. um, okay, do not forget about this. I hate cooking and I hate to cook. If you remember, according to the rules of the grammar, um, I hate cooking is a general notion that I just don't like cooking. Yeah, but it's a general notion. But if you want to say something like I like cooking, but I hate to cook an apple pie, that's probably where when you want something specific, that's probably will be better. Um, yeah, I would add a little sugar, absolutely, but you know that not always we are so strict about these rules using gerund or the infinitive, but um, do not forget that for example, when you just talk to other people in English, people will understand you when you maybe mix the infinitives and the gerunds. But when you think of the state Russian exam, usually when you think of a gerund, it will be the general notion, and when you think of an infinitive, it will be something specific, like I like cooking, and I like to cook an apple pie. Okay, very good. Then another thing is usually for cooking you need some specific containers. What kind of a containers do you need? Okay. So what kind of containers do you need when you think of mixing eggs and sugar? Hmm. Probably you remember that in the kitchen, a bun that we may put in the oven. Yeah, that's of course. But what's the name for this kind of a container? What do we usually have in the kitchen? In the kitchen cabinets, in the kitchen closets. What kind of containers do we usually have then? Like you're saying about the oven, um, you remember that previously, during the previous class, cooker, yeah. But on the cooker, you need to put something. And what do we have in the kitchen? What kind of a containers do we have in the kitchen? Usually we have pots and pans. Okay, like frying pan. Absolutely, yeah, that's definitely correct. So first of all, you think of pots and pans. That's kind of an idiom. This is what we usually have in the kitchen. So, in order to cook something, you need pots and pans. But also, you can say that if you want to mix something, you need some kind of a bowl. You understand the word bowl? Cake tin. Well, that's bowl. Yeah. Uh, like you're saying, that's correct. Um, Probably the word will be the pan for a pie. So the same word. So in a bowl you mix something, and then in a special pan you bake it, and in a special pot you cook it or you boil it and so on. Okay, very good. Now, like you said, you mixed eggs and sugar. Then, what do you do next? Okay, please. Heat the oven to 200 degrees or 180 degrees Celsius. Okay, good. Um, but I think that a good verb here will be you need to add something. What do you need to add? So you mixed eggs and sugar. So then you add something. What do you add? some of you mentioned flour. Yeah. So what goes first? Do we put first flour in the bowl and then add this mixture of eggs and sugar, or you can add flour to. No, okay, you know better. Then explain me, please. Um, which is first? Yeah, that's which is very important. Yeah, I understand. And so we add flour to eggs and sugar. Okay, great. Um, what else can you add? Milk, very good. So what is the stuff uh, which you get as a result? Then we put apples in the pot. Right, you are. So what is the name for the stuff which you get in the end? So you mixed flour, milk, eggs, sugar, and what do you get? What pastry, and what is that? I wouldn't say that I can understand what is that. So probably you think of a dough, okay? And like you say, pastry. Um, I knew it. Uh, but what does that mean? These three letters, Xenia. I wouldn't say that I understand what is that. So you have you get dough, but somebody mentioned the word pastry. Okay, it's a smile. All right. Okay, very interesting. Pastry, probably. That's the word which can be better used for your products after you baked, let's say, some buns and rolls, rolls. You can call them buns and rolls. For both these things, you can use the word pastry. This is pastry. Okay, very good. Now, probably um, you dough is what we get after mixing, and then, like you said, you can add apples or whatever kind of a pie you are cooking. Very good. So the the next sentence is 26. We keep on talking about what we have in the kitchen. So, what else can you think of? What else is there in the kitchen, in your cabinets, in your kitchen closets? So, how do you say this sentence 26 in English? Do you have your favorite recipe? What kind of thing is your favorite recipe? What do you like to cook? There is some tea. There is some tea. That's enough to say just something like that. There is there is some tea. Okay. Um, what is your favorite recipe? What do you like to cook? Now the next question is, if I may ask you, what do we have in our kitchen cabinets, in our kitchen closets? What do we have there in the kitchen cabinets? So we talked about that it's possible to have there some sugar, some flour, there is some tea, spices, very good, um, lots of stuff. Yeah, sure, of course, but we need to know the names of this stuff. So think of some names. What do we have? Yeah, you remember that we have also pots and pans. What else? So we have flour, we have salt, sugar, we have bowls, some other dishes, very good. Soda. Well, you know that in nowadays what usually you use is when you go to the store, you usually buy baking powder, right? Baking powder. It's like, you know, in Russian you use something like you said, like soda or something else. I'm not. I wouldn't say that I know much about that, but still you understand what I'm talking about, right? Baking powder. Yeah. So we have cereals, vinegar, very good. Um, as I mentioned, I said about some pots and pans, bowls. What other containers, or let's say, what tools do you have there in your kitchen cabinets? Tools for eating, tools for food. So you have pots and pans, you have bowls. What else? Cups, plates. Good. There are many cups and lots of plates. Good. What else? Kitchen cabinets. There is some tea. Knives. Very good. Knives. What else? Forks. Good. Um, so we have glasses. It's glasses. Very good. There are some glasses. So for spoons, right? We have one word for spoons, forks, and knives, and this is called cutlery. That's kind of one word for all of these three things, like forks, spoons, and knives. But also, when you think of, okay, please, the cutlery. Yeah, sure. Um, Cutlery. So then you can think of, when you think of drinking tea, you usually think of cups, glasses, but you also put your kettle is, we talked about that the previous class, a kettle. Yeah, Polly put a kettle on. That's the kid's song. Right. So, but when you think of a cup or of a glass, a teapot, very good teapot, glass and a cup, you usually you have a tea set, right? A tea set, which is let's say 6 cups or 6 glasses, a teapot, but also a sugar basing, right? Do not forget about salt shaker, okay? Salt shaker, um, and also where where do we put our cups? So we sit a cup on a saucer. Okay, do you know the word saucer? That's no. Um, it's a small dish. It's a small plate on which you sit your cup. in a tea set. Okay, it's a saucer. Yeah, very good. That's good. Very nice. So this we almost covered. What else might be there in your kitchen? In your kitchen cabinets. So while you're thinking what we have forgotten, I just have a very easy recipe, and I will read you the instructions how to cook something. So put the butter and sugar in a large bowl. Mix them together. So mix the eggs, flour and salt in another bowl. Add this mixture to the butter and sugar. Add the chocolate chips and mix everything together. Put the mixture on a pan. Put the pan into the oven and cook for 8 minutes. So, what have I cooked? Um, you know that when you have chocolate chips, what do we usually talk about when we think of chocolate chocolate chips? Chocolate chips is for. Have you ever tasted? Have you ever tried chocolate chips cookies? Cupcake, yeah, that's a good idea also. But we usually think of chocolate chips cookies. You, oh please, try and do it. It's a very popular American dish. Please try it. You will like it a lot because chocolate chips cookies is very tasty and everybody likes it. So please try chocolate chip cookies. Okay. All right. Donuts. Yeah, the spelling very good. Donuts. When you think of donuts, it's usually you think of police officers, right? Um, we got used to watching in the movies police officers. They when they have the lunch break, they usually eat um, some donuts. Okay. Anything else about kitchen and cooking? All right. Let's move on. And now we are moving on with this idea about kitchens and cooking. And now the next idea is you going to have a party, or you know that American people say to throw a party. Okay, you want to throw a party. Um, so let's think. What do you need? I mean about foods for the party. No, first of all, we are talking about foods. So, what kind of foods will you have at your party, please? What can you think of? What kind of uh, foods will you have? Oh, of course, drinks, whatever. And of course, it's possible that you cook something. Punch, very good. I agree. Punch is a very good idea. So now you see that we can have an apple pie, like we already cooked a nice, a very tasty apple pie. Then in every movie, I forgot the term, the special drink in every movie. Well, that's kind of a lots of, maybe you're thinking about smoothie. Smoothie? No? It's kind of a, if you, they drink it from a huge bowl. Um, Lemonade. What else? Punch. candies, right? And when you think of candies, you also can think of chocolates, and sometimes people vomit in it. Um, wow. A cocktail as well. Yeah, right. So smoothie is if you think of an ice cream and you add to the ice cream you add milk, and then you kind of have a milkshake, and this milkshake is has lots of ice cream in it. It is called smoothie or something like that. Of course, you can also no alcohol drinks, of course. You can have also soda, and soda here the meaning is of Coca or Pepsi, and you know that every in every state they prefer very specific types of Coca. Like some people prefer um, diet Coca or let's say light Coca and so on. I'm not good at it, but still I know that. Yeah, of course. So pizza, very good idea. Right, you are. Now we are throwing a party, and we have, we have Coca, we have pizza, we have chocolate chips, cookies. Um, very good. So you need to be a very hospitable host of the house. A free apartment. Right, yeah, absolutely, I agree. You are a very hospitable host of the party. Now, please treat your guests. What would you say if you want to treat your guests in a very polite and a very good way? What would you say? What is the what is the sentence? What is the phrase which we use when we want to invite somebody to eat together with you? What would you say? Would you like to taste this delicious piece of pizza? Yes, absolutely. So usually we say like, would you like a cookie? Would you like a piece of pizza? Yeah, would you like? That's the most important sentence. Would you like? Would you like? Would you like a cookie? Would you like would you like some orange juice? Would you like some diet Coca? And so on. What is the answer when somebody is approaching you and asking, would you like a cookie? Would you like a piece of? I'd love to. Yes, absolutely. I'd like to. I'd love to. Very good. I agree. Um, and you know that always you need to be very polite, and it's never enough to be polite. You're never go overboard when you want to be polite. Okay, very good. Now, you offer some food to people. And do not forget about the phrase like treat yourself uh, to uh, treat yourself to some pizza or whatever. You know that I don't see anything. Why is that? We can go to the next board. Okay. So we'll have the next board, and then I think that you will be able to see everything. All right. Let me get prepared. The question is about the phrase which we say always when, if you remember, everybody is sitting around the table, and everybody is served with their favorite treatment, the favorite treats which they chose, which they have on their plates, and they are they are ready to eat. So what would the host say usually in the typical Russian house, in a typical Russian family? You know, like if you think of the English language, probably they do not have the very specific phrase, but let's eat. Probably in some parts of the United States of America they can say bon appetit. Maybe you heard this, bon appetit. But enjoy your, well, that's why I was just trying to say about that, that not everybody will use this, enjoy your meal. Yeah, not everybody will use this phrase. And bon appetit is mostly French. As you can understand, this is from the French language. And this is typically not like you use it a lot in Russia. What you're saying, enjoy your lunch or enjoy your meal, enjoy your food. If you can hear, it doesn't sound very good in English. Enjoy your meal. It sounds a little bit guten Appetit in German. Yeah, bon appetit is, and again, not everybody will say that, because you know, for example, like when a son tells to his mom in the morning, like mom tells to the son, enjoy your meal, that's probably, that's okay. But to your guests, to your visitors, probably you will not say enjoy your meal. That's I don't think that in English we need any any sentence, any phrase to start the meal. Um, it's just the only thing which I can think of is bon appetit. All right, so you offer some food, you offer some drink, and people agree. They say yes, they say thank you. All right, then probably you will have some food, and like you said, they will have candies and probably a box of chocolates, right? A box of chocolates, which is usually, you know, it's very typical for the Russian party to have a box of chocolates. Okay. Can you think of anything else which you might have during the party? Any kind of food, any kind of drink which we haven't mentioned? Fruits, very good. Can you think of what kind of fruits do you have in mind? Apples, good. Apples, bananas, oranges we mentioned already, grapes, apricots, strawberries, raspberries. Okay, good. Now, it's pears. Okay, right. Watermelon, very good. Melon or a watermelon, very good. So, next question is how many people do we usually have all together during our party? How many people are there? Um, 10 to 15 in one apartment. 10 to 15, it's a good company. Yes, I agree. Probably that's a good group of people for a party. 10 to 15. So how many people are there? 5 and more. Very good. Okay. So then you know that you need to have everything for each visitor. That means that you need to have the enough number of plates, glasses, forks, spoons. What else have we forgotten? Probably have forgotten about napkins. Any idea what a napkin is? You can plastic ones. Yes, sure. What is a napkin? Can we do without? Can we do without napkins? Napkins is yeah, napkins are small, yeah, pieces of papers or small slips of, yes, small pieces of paper which are necessary to wipe the leftovers, to wipe your hands, to wipe your lips, um, and so on. Yeah. Now I think that our party is uh, promising to be a good one because we haven't forgotten anything. Now I have a short story for you, just a very short story, just listen a little bit. Um, you know that in every culture, and I would like you to tell me a little bit about your cultural dishes, your national cuisine. You understand the word cuisine, right? National cuisine. Yeah. So I will read you a very short extract about a very specific national dish, and probably you will share some national dishes which you can think of. So the Bedouins live in the desert, and do not forget about these two words, desert and dessert. Okay, so they live in the desert, and they have a very special food which is called roasted camel. Roasted camel. You understand that? Roasted camel. And yeah, they cook this food for weddings. How do they cook it? Yeah, that's a real story. And you remember that we are talking about the beginner level, and this story is very short because this is for beginner level. So first they cook eggs, and they put eggs into a fish. So they cook eggs and put eggs into a fish. So then they cook some chickens, and put the fish into the chickens. So again, they cook eggs and put eggs into a fish. So then they cook some chickens, yeah, and put chickens into the sheep. Okay, and finally they put chicken into no. So they put chickens into the sheep. Okay, they put chickens. So first eggs into fish, fish into chickens, and chickens into the sheep, right? And then they put the sheep into a camel, and after that they cook the camel on fire, and this is called yeah, poor camel. This is called the typically Bedouin food, the food for people who live in the desert. Now, a question for you: what is your national food? What is your typically national dish or cuisine? What kind of a national food can you think of? Pelmeni. Very good. But you didn't tell me when I asked you about the borscht and pelmeshki, of course. When I asked you about some recipe, you didn't mention pelmeni. Okay. Anything else, please? Okroshka, yeah, very good. How do you cook okroshka? Give me instructions. How can I? And mashed potatoes, very good. How can I cook okroshka? Give me instructions. Cut, just simply cut. And that, of course, that depends on blini, yeah. Um, on the shape of the pieces you cut the vegetables or anything. Okay, so then if it's a small cubes, slice, very good. You can slice when you have a very thin layers or very thin slices, but you also can chop, right? You know the word chop. Yeah, chop. Then if you think of small cubes, you need to cut into small cubes. Then you dice it, and so on. All right. Now that's, yeah. Okay, what is that? So we cut potatoes. Yeah, you can say like you dice potatoes because that should be small cubes. Radish, very good, and add some meat or sausages. Yes, right, meat or sausage. Very good. Okay. Um, Now I think that we covered almost everything which was necessary for us to um, to cook and to throw a party, and we can move further on. Okay, now I'm copying and pasting you some new sentences for you to translate and to consolidate, to review. So how do you say 27? Just the revision. Would you like a cookie? Would you like a cookie? Or as you said, would you like a piece of pizza? Let's talk about cinema next time. Uh, well, we will cover almost every topic, and of course I will think it over. So then you need this sentence: how many people are there? How many people or how many dishes will you need? How many people are there? Um, how many forks will you need? How many spoons? How many glasses? And so on. Okay, number 29. So, how can you say that in English? Number 29. Do you play the guitar? Very good. And probably we usually say can you. Can, excuse me, can you play the guitar? So that's a real question to you. Can you play the guitar? Anybody? Just answer the question. Can you play the? Yeah. Do not no. Do not forget that you can turn your. Unfortunately, no. You can turn your microphones on. Yes, I can. Very good, Anastasia. That's nice to hear that. You can turn your microphones on, and you can join me. And you know that it's always a very good idea to hear your talking, and I hope that the day will come when we'll talk, and think every time think about talking using Skype. Please, if you have this possibility, please never try to use every possibility to talk. turn your, and I hope your dream will come true. Yeah, sure. So can you play the guitar? Um, any other musical instruments can you think of? What other musical instruments? That piano. Can you play the piano? Flute. Can you play the flute? Very good. What else? Flute, clarinet, oboe. I used to. Yeah, cello, violin, trumpet, drums, harmonica, drums. Yeah, very good. Uh, very interesting. Yeah, I understand. Then probably it's very hard to explain this, but I think that the Russian accordion will be kind of a possible to use nowadays. Then synthesizer, um, which is very popular, in modern musical bands. With modern musical bands, mini piano, synthesizer. Okay. Um, Also, I not only want to ask you about what you can do with the musical instruments, or which musical instrument you can play, but also what else can you do? Like, can you ride a bicycle? Can you ride a bicycle? Can you sing? Everybody can. Yeah, I agree. Can you sing? Can you play chess? Can you play chess? I think I can. Okay. Can you ski? Okay. The question is, can you stand on your head? Can you swim? Yes, I can swim. Um, I'm not very good at swimming. I'm not very good at swimming. That's the again, that's the beginner level, and this is from your vocabulary, which is necessary for you to know for the state Russian exam. I'm not good at, or I'm bad at, and I'm good at. Okay, not really, I guess. Yes, I can ski and I can skate. Very good. So can you stand on your head? I can play chess. I play chess. Very good. Can you stand on your head? I can stand on my head. Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, I just imagined you standing on your head. That's very interesting. Right. Then we talked that you say also that you can cook. Can anybody draw? Can you draw? Can you draw very well? That's great. I like when people can draw. Yeah, not good enough at it. Yes, right. I agree. So, any other activities you can think of which we didn't mention? I think that we covered almost most of the activities which are necessary for the beginner level, and we can dancing. Right, you are dancing. Ballroom dancing. I can draw in Corel Draw. Yes, only. Right. Ballroom dancing. Ballroom dancing. You understand, right? Ballroom dancing. Okay? Um, Now the next sentence is number 30. Have a look at it, and let's do something. Absolutely correct. Let's do something. All right. So um, that's my offer to you. Let's do something. So, what would you suggest doing? I say let's do something, what would you suggest? Let's play? No idea. Okay. Any other suggestions? So we can, like you said, we can go ice skating. We can go swimming. Let's go for a walk. Absolutely. We can go play soccer. Um, Roller skating. You remember that, right? Roller skating. Okay. Um, like somebody mentioned, we can go to the movies. Let's cook some popcorn. Yeah, we can cook some popcorn. Very good. And we need some company, then we will make a phone call, make phone calls to other people who we want to join us, and so on. All right. Now, just walk. I walk is what you're saying. Okay. Um, yes, I walk to my work. Right, to my workplace. I hear it. Yeah, it's not a train. It's a tram. Actually, it's a tram. So the sound should be the sound of my microphone should be pretty good if you can hear a tram, because this a tram is, let's say, 1 block away from here. All right, very good. Now next sentence will be let's bring them to you. Um, the next dose of English. Now 31 and 31. What is that? And do not forget that usually we say, can you hear me? Can dolphins, yeah, can dolphins speak? Can dolphins talk? Can dolphins speak? Right here. So, this is my question to you. What do you think? Can dolphins speak? Okay. I think they can. Right here. So, but not in Russian. It, and this question brings us to the next question. I think they are way more intelligent than we are in their own language. Right you are. So, sentence 32. How do we say that in English? Again, Anastasia, I just want you to use the pattern. Yeah, can you speak? I know that you know this. Do you speak? But also, do not forget about, can you hear me? Can you speak Spanish? So, the question to you: what other languages can you speak? What languages can you speak? German, good. Ukrainian. So, what languages would you want to speak? What languages would you want to speak? All right. Yeah, Spanish and French. Yeah, and nowadays, you know that people just tend to start their conversation in Japanese, then switch to Italian, like using sayonara, and then gracias, and then something in Spanish, and then even in Czech language, and so on. So that is why, please, sign language, very good. Please think of every language in a very respectful way, and try to learn new words from any language, because languages are very fun to use when you want to. Okay, I have a very short How many? Well, actually, I know only, as you can understand, I know Russian and English. So I have again a very short. Oh my goodness, it's we are out of time. A short story about dolphins and about this question whether they can speak or not. Okay, um, we are out of time, and as you can see on the board, number 33 is every day. And every day, that means that we will talk about which tense? It will be present simple. Right, you are present simple. So, what I want you to do is your home assignment. Please, of course, make a review, a revision of everything which we talked about during the class. Like, if you remember, we talked about recipes, we talked about kitchen, what we have in kitchen cabinets, and what kind of food, parties, yeah, right. And of course, please think of revise the material on present simple, because we'll talk about present simple. So that seems to be all for today. It was very good to see you here, to see everybody here. As always, it's so nice to have you here. Thank you for your participation. It's your participation, your input was very nice, and it was very nice chatting with you. Thank you, and I hope to see you next week. Yeah, you have a question? Um, Please, if you want to ask a question, please ask. Yeah, it seems to be he was like. What do you mean? It seems to be he was. Say it again. It seems to be he was. It seems to be that. You know that that's not a big difference. Do we use that? You can use that. You can omit. It's just without that. That's not a big problem. That doesn't matter at all. And in every grammar book, you can see the sentences with that and without that. And I don't think that this is a big problem. Okay, and next time, please think of questions which you want to ask me. Like you said, let's talk about movies, or let's talk about movies. That's a great idea. All right, see you next time. Thank you, everybody. Bye bye.